From its opening frame right through to the closing credits, Ultros will treat your senses with its breathtaking art design, unique sense of style, and rich, eclectic soundscape. It presents an incredibly immersive experience that is as strikingly beautiful as it is instantly recognizable. On top of all its audio-visual splendor, Ultros lures you in with its intriguing world, compelling combat, and wondrous sense of discovery to create a super satisfying Metroidvania experience that is thoroughly deserving of your attention. Ultros is a sci-fi Metroidvania set on board an otherworldly vessel known as the Sarcophagus, a mysterious, interconnected labyrinth which, through exploring its vast expanse and meeting its world's inhabitants, you'll unravel its deeper mysteries. Fundamentally, Ultros plays out as a Metroidvania at its core, with a strong focus on exploration and discovery, combined with superb close-quarters combat, fluid platforming, and a satisfying world to uncover. The game does a stellar job of crafting an immensely rewarding experience, constantly introducing new abilities and mechanics to the fold, ensuring the game always stays fresh and interesting from start to finish. Audio-visually, Ultros is truly breathtaking to behold. The game's environments are alive with detail and bursting with colour, with every character, animation and UI element shining through with a unique sense of style and true visual splendour. Every facet of the game has been brought to life by an art direction so refreshingly original. It gives the game a true sense of identity and makes it a real treat to uncover its uniquely realised world. Ultros' soundtrack is equally stunning, with an orchestrated score that draws upon a diverse mix of sounds and instrumentation, combining cello, synthesizers, and even real-life ambient recordings of the rainforest, culminating in an eclectic soundscape that perfectly combines with the game's visual cues to create something truly special. While Ultros is undoubtedly a fully fledged Metroidvania, it also adds a light dash of roguelike flavour into the mix too, which integrates seamlessly into the game's design. Ultros revolves around a loop-based mechanic, which resets each time you put pay to a boss and manually trigger a sequence that progresses the game. I did notice a few people online worried about this roguelike aspect taking away from the Metroidvania experience, and if this was something you were concerned about, rest assured, as Ultros definitely leans most of its weight on its Metroidvania design, just with a light element of roguelike blended in. The way this loop-based mechanic plays out is mainly as a vehicle to move the story forward, and doesn't function strictly the way a full-on roguelike does, where you're sent back to square one each time you meet defeats. In Ultros, the loop only kicks in once you reach certain points in the game's story, and the only thing that does reset at this point are your abilities. But fear not, as all you'll have to do to reclaim these is head back to a nearby room where you'll find them waiting for you. These loops only happen a handful of times throughout the game, but just be sure to manage your abilities and plan when you're going to head back to the central area to trigger a loop reset, as should you so desire, after beating a boss, Ultros does leave you open to explore freely before moving on to the next phase of the game. For me personally, the loop-based mechanic was a very welcome addition to the game overall, that gave it a fresh twist on the genre and was seamlessly incorporated into the game's Metroidvania design. One of the crucial aspects of a standout Metroidvania lies in the pure enjoyment of its moment-to-moment gameplay. Given that exploring the expansive map is a cornerstone of the genre, the fluidity and responsiveness of platforming play an essential role. Ultros truly shines in this area. Platforming feels super fluid with a smooth parkour-like flow to it and a satisfying sense of momentum. Controls are tight and responsive, making it a constant pleasure to explore the vast map and traverse the game's ever-intriguing world. Ultros has a particularly awesome feeling of weight and flow to its combat, with a fast-paced, reactive feel to the rhythm of battle. Animations are beautifully done, really selling the elegant flow of the game's core character, both in combat and traversal. An area I always look forward to in Metroidvanias are the boss fights, and although I'd love to have seen just a couple more bosses in the game, Ultros' boss battles did not disappoint. While the game's bosses are not excessively challenging, they are still a blast to overcome and play out as beautifully designed set pieces, which really pull the emotion and drama to the forefront. Ultros offers a lot of scope for expanding out abilities throughout the game. One way of leveling up your character is through the game's skill tree, where you'll be able to upgrade abilities such as new combos, an extended slide, and a super useful aerial attack. When you defeat an enemy, they'll fall to the floor, leaving behind their organic remains. Consuming these remains will replenish health, or alternatively, if health is not needed, they can be used to level up your character through unlocking new abilities. Each enemy's remains will carry different nutritional values, with the upgrade ability unlocking as you eat enough of the required nutrients. Another very cool facet to this system is tied to combat. In combat, the game encourages you to diversify your attacks, and in doing so, you'll score a perfect variety, achieved by not repeating the same attack within an encounter. By achieving this, you'll gain more nutritional value points for leveling up faster, or alternatively using as health. These skill tree abilities do expire when the loop ends, but again you can lock in these abilities with the memory lock, a useful pickup that you'll find spread across the map, so I definitely recommend exploring off the beaten path for these, to enable you to lock in your favourite abilities for when the loop restarts. This system was well implemented into the game, and it was great to see a fresh approach to this kind of levelling system. Another unique aspect of Ultros that sets it apart from others in the genre is the integration of its gardening system. Scattered across the map are areas where you can plant seeds. By planting a seed, you initiate the growth of various plant life, which will evolve over the loops of the game. Different seeds produce different vegetation, each serving a unique function in gameplay. For example, some flora will break through barriers as they expand, whilst tall trees will provide platforms for accessing previously unreachable areas. As you progress, the gardening mechanic becomes increasingly prominent, introducing some fresh takes on gameplay as you delve deeper into the game. The gardening element is a super nice addition, not just for the stunning visuals it provides, but also the serene sense of spirituality it brings, acting as a perfect juxtaposition to the game's high-impact moments in combat. Ultros is a game that will instantly hook your attention with its stunning kaleidoscopic visuals and immerse you further with its engrossing sound design. I honestly think I could spend a whole review waxing lyrical about just how impressive it is in these areas. But simply put, Ultros is an audio-visual masterpiece, which carves out an identity that distinguishes it from any other game. Ultros does an outstanding job of delivering on all the key aspects you want from a Metroidvania, with its beautifully designed world rich with detail, and a vast interconnected map that is super satisfying to uncover. On top of its solid Metroidvania design, Ultros brings some interesting new elements through its unique gardening mechanic and its time loop design, giving this Metroidvania a fresh identity and a serene sense of spirituality running through it. Ultros is a very special experience, one that excels in all the hallmark aspects of the genre, but also one that expands into a game that feels completely fresh from its peers. If you're a fan of Metroidvanias, Ultros is an absolute must-play, and without a doubt one of the best of its kind. Most of all guys, I'd love to know your thoughts on Ultros. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. For more indie goodness like this one, feel free to check out one of the 2 videos on screen right now. But otherwise, thanks so much again for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one.